on the likeness. You can proceed with caution, give the proceeds to my god kids. Hold on my conscience, same my pop is. Lame on the pop, get drop kick, buy drop kick. Why you gotta lie?
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25. First carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They go with Chubb on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. And it was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
And when you don't pick up the necessary yardage in that situation, sometimes it starts to put a little doubt in the play caller's mind about what he's going to run on the next play. Because most of them, they thought they were going to pick it up right then and there. Now they've got to adjust what they're doing, adjust what they're thinking, and maybe they go away from what they originally thought.
They'll go with a keeper. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A run for Nick Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First down, Mayfield. Screen play, Johnson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Darren Fells, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Down! Back 22! Back 22!
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield to throw it. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
I got 83. Richmond.
To throw on second is Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Breanne Bonnie Calhoun. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Mayfield on play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Richmond.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. Fighting through. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson, there on the catch, Alfred Blue. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. On 1st down, Watson steps away to his left. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They run. Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
That one good for 33 and a 1st.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the 2nd level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the 2nd level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple of blocks. They look good doing it there. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Moore now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A first update now from Cincinnati. The Broncos have taken the early lead. Case Keenum with 2 first-half touchdown passes. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come back, come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Now a first down throw, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Come back, come back. We got three, fellas, we got 3. Come back, come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Come back, come back. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Come back, come back. Hey, here we go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come back, come back. Hey, blue lady. Blue lady. Come back, come back. I'm here all day.
Now it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That one goes for 36 yards. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Come back, come back. I got you. We got this. Richmond.
Watson just beating the play clock. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson. Flushed out right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Landry now on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A beautiful fake. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, it's Watson, escaping the pressure right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Dancing to his left. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Play fake. Mayfield. Shakes off the sack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's J.J. Watt, and this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Watson now going to run the option right. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. From the gun, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They go play action. Mayfield. An open receiver, that's David Njoku. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Second down, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Leopard!
Mayfield now on second down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Detroit!
Mayfield off the play fake. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They run it again with Chubb. And an alley to run. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down. They'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. On the ground with a tight end. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Texans, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.